Hello, my friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to guide you through a full moon practice for the full moon for May 31st of 2026. Full moons are times of illumination. The moon is at her brightest, most beautiful, full, glorious, radiant self, and that light shines pathways and it reveals hidden things that may have been kept from us up until now. And so the moon at this phase really allows for us to have that path forward shown to us. This particular full moon takes place in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the adventurer sign. And Sagittarius is all about expansion. And so the light of this full moon shines a pathway forward that allows us to broaden our horizons and really expand our own worlds, and it shows us where that path of expansion is. We are also in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini is all about curiosity and using our intellect. So we allow that expansiveness, that expansion, to tap into our intellectual curiosity and our intellectual worlds and really align our inner intellectual selves with our spiritual selves. And so if we release and surrender anything that is out of alignment with us, like full moons always ask of us, full moons always want release and surrender because it's also the closing of the moon cycle. And so it wants us to let go of things that don't serve us anymore. And in doing so, we create space for this expansion of Sagittarius. We allow that curiosity of Gemini to take hold and that adventurous spirit of Sagittarius to propel us forward on the pathway to come. And to do so, as I mentioned a couple times, we will release and surrender and tune in so that we can have that path of expansion illuminated for us by this glorious full moon. This also happens to be a blue moon, which as the saying goes, once in a blue moon, those are not common moons. What it means is it's the second full moon in the same month. So that intensifies all of these elements. Blue moons are more potent energies. And so all of the emotional chaos that comes with a full moon, all of this illumination of possibility is intensified and magnified with this particular Sagittarius full moon because it is also a blue moon. So if we really allow that deep release, we really will be able to see that light forward because it is going to be the brightest light we've had all year. So I'm hoping that you will join me on the mat as we prepare for this expansion and release. We're going to begin our practice today laying down in Shavasana. So you can find yourself comfortably reclined. Our breathwork practice will be here in Shavasana. Our movement practice will begin here in Shavasana. Bring those shoulder blades back and down. Find your shoulder blades, your mid back, your lower back, your hip points, the back of your thighs and shins, and your heels all connected to the mat. Just arriving in this space before we begin. Our breathwork practice today is more of a visual breathwork where we are going, it's called arrow breathing. And arrows, the image of Sagittarius is the centaur. And the centaur is a half man, half horse. And the man part of this half man, half horse, this centaur, holds a bow and arrow. And so we are calling in that element of Sagittarius with this arrow concept of breathing. And this breathwork practice is really a surrendering breathwork practice. It really is a deep releasing, emotionally releasing breathwork practice. So we call in that purpose of the full moon as well as we use this breathwork. Now that I've explained that, I'll explain what we are going to do with this breathwork. So when we breathe in, we're going to imagine that we're like, and you can even place your fingertips on your hip points, your hip creases. And we're going to imagine breathing deeply through our nose, and that breath is going to just go right into those hips. And as we exhale, we're going to imagine the exhale slowly rising up our spine. And in the way we imagine it, it's going to be imagined as the inhale pulling back the bow and arrow, and the exhale is when you release that arrow and it gently just glides on its own. And so we're going to do 4 rounds of breath where we breathe into those hip points. On the inhale, deep breath in the nose, and exhale, out mouth or nose, your choice. But imagine that breath following up your spine as though it is an arrow releasing up your spine. So let's do 4 rounds together. 1 deep inhale through the nose into your hips. Out mouth or nose, imagine that following up your spine like an arrow being released from the bow and arrow. In deep to the hips. And let that arrow travel up your spine. In deep into those hips. Out slowly, releasing that arrow up your spine. Last deep inhale. Last long exhale. Return the rhythm of your breath to its normal breathing. Gently bring one sole of your foot up with your knee pointed to the ceiling, followed by the other, planting those feet as close to your hips or as far away as is comfortable for you on the mat, with those knees pointed to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, bring both knees towards the left side of the mat. Inhale, bring those knees back up pointed towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the knees towards the right side of the mat. Windshield wiper your legs in this way, in your own breath, in your own rhythm. Go as fast or as slow as you feel you need, as feels gentle and releasing to you. Just calling in some gentle movement. Surrendering ourselves to the universe and allowing the moon to light the way for us. One more, in one the other direction wherever you are, and then on an exhale, bring those knees back up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And then on an exhale, lift the soles of your feet off the mat and bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug those knees in just a little bit. Pull them in with your hands. And then as you're ready, use your hands to turn your knees in circles. Making circles with your knees on the ceiling. Kind of stirring the pot, as it were, and releasing in that lower back. Whichever direction you are going, switch directions now. Stirring the pot in the opposite way. Finding balance. Whenever you're ready, find stillness once again. And then this time we're going to take our arms and hug our knees in tightly all the way in, giving ourselves a nice big squeeze. As you're ready, take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Slowly rock and roll your spine all the way up to a comfortable seat, and then go through that seat and make your way to tabletop position. Hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, flat back, neutral neck. Inhale as you bring your belly towards the mat and look up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you slowly round through that spine. Cat and cow now in your own breath. Really releasing through the spine today. We hold a lot of tension there, and I personally have been having some lower back issues, so I thought it might be nice if it felt good for me to release through the spine. It may feel good to you as well. Hopefully you're getting some nice juicy release yourself. One more in whichever direction you're in, and then find your way to a neutral spine. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come up to standing on your knees. We're going to take our left leg out to the side, planting the sole of our foot on the floor to the left side of us. As you breathe in deep, we're going to take our left arm and slide it down the left leg as we take our right arm up and over to the left side. Here in gate pose, stretching through the right side body and the inner part of that left hip. A nice release here in the spine in a different way. One more breath here. On an exhale, we're going to bring our right hand all the way to the right side of the mat on the floor, keeping our legs as they are. Inhale, your left arm comes up and over to the right side now in a modified side plank, stretching through the left side body now. One more deep breath here. On an exhale, we're going to come up, slide your left hand down, right arm up and over to the left. Exhale, right hand comes to the right side of the mat, left arm up and over to the right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, back to center and bring that left knee back on in. Take a breath here, standing on your knees, recentering yourself. And then as you're ready, bring your right foot out to the right side of the mat, planting that sole of the foot on the floor. Inhale deeply. And then as you exhale, bring that right arm down the right leg. Left arm comes up and over to the right side of the mat, stretching through that left side body. Gate pose on the other side. Opening ourselves up for that expansion of Sagittarius. One more breath in here. On an exhale, we're going to bring that left arm down to the left side of the floor, keeping our legs as they are. Right arm comes up and overhead to the left side of the mat. Modified side plank on the other side, stretching through the right side body now. Deep breaths. With every exhale, find a place to release some more. One more breath in here. On an exhale, come on up. Right arm comes down the right leg. Left arm comes up and overhead to the right side. Exhale. Left hand comes down to the left side. Right arm comes over to the left as well. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale, come back up to center and bring that right knee to meet the left. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders once again in tabletop, and then step your right toes back, followed by the left in high plank. We're just going to hold here for one breath in, and then on an exhale, you're going to bring those heels towards the bottom of the mat and lift those hips to the sky and downward facing dog. Generously bend through that right knee as you straighten through that left leg, stretching the back of the left thigh. As you exhale, bring that right heel towards the mat, planting the sole of that right foot as you generously bend in through the left, stretching through the right back of the leg now. In your own breath, pedal through those heels, alternating back and forth, stretching through the backs of those legs, finding release. That is another place where we carry a lot of tension, is the back of our legs. So we are going to release and surrender all of that weight that we are carrying to create space for that expansion promised by Sagittarius. When you're ready, find some stillness, and then inhale that right foot up to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that right foot between your hands. Spin the left heel towards the back right corner of the mat as you maintain a generous bend in that right knee and rise on up. Right arm comes forward as left arm comes back in Warrior Two. We are sort of mimicking the centaur of Sagittarius here in its posture where we open the bow and arrow, looking forward to that journey of expansion, that curiosity of Gemini also wishing to propel us forward here in this posture, opening ourselves up literally with our arms, ready to accept all that the moon has to offer us and the universe has to give. One more breath in here. On an exhale, bring your right forearm to your right thigh, and then your left arm comes up and forward, an extended side angle. Opening ourselves up on the side body once again, creating space for that expansion. One more breath in here. On an exhale, bring the left hand to the left side of your foot, right hand to the right side, and step your foot back to meet the left. High plank. Shift your weight forward and bend through those elbows. Chaturanga. Press on up to upward facing dog, and then lift those hips high to downward facing dog. Take a breath to reset your spine. And then on an inhale, lift that left foot to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Left foot comes between your hands. Spin your right heel towards the back left corner of the mat now, keeping a bend in that left knee. Left arm comes forward, right arm comes back in Warrior Two. Strong posture, but a grounding posture. Very opening posture. Ready for all to come. And then one more breath in, and then bring your left forearm down to your left thigh as you bring your right arm forward. Releasing with the power of the full moon as we open up for the expansion of Sagittarius. One more breath in here. On an exhale, right arm comes down to the inner right part of your foot. Left arm to the left foot, side of your foot. Left foot meets the right. Shift your weight forward. Chaturanga. To upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. Take a breath to reset, and then inhale that right foot to the sky. Exhale right as many steps as you need to get there. Right foot between the hands, and this time we're staying up on that right heel and lifting up high into high lunge. This is that energy of Gemini now, wishing to propel us forward with curiosity and playfulness. We have this hope, this energy with this full moon. And so we're going to embrace that a little bit with some of these postures. That's why we have a little bit more movement than you usually would with a full moon, because we have the energy of the fire sign Sagittarius, energy that is the playfulness of Gemini, energy that is the intensity of a blue moon. So we'll embrace that a little bit. One more breath in here. And then on an exhale, step that left foot slightly more towards the front and straighten through your right knee. Keep a slight soft bend in that right knee as you exhale and surrender, releasing with the full moon and folding forward over that right leg in pyramid pose. Once again, releasing and surrendering to the full moon so we can create that space. And as we create space, we seek to propel ourselves forward with the illuminated path of this full moon. And so we will literally do that right now as we shift our way into that right foot, lifting up so that our spine is parallel to the floor, bringing our arms behind us. And then if you wish or you are ready, you can lift your left leg into a warrior 3 variation, launching ourselves forward with that propelling energy of Gemini. One more breath in here. Exhale, bring your left foot down to meet the right, and then forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and fold, and then step your right foot back, followed by the left. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift those hips high to downward facing dog. Take a breath, reset, and inhale that left leg to the sky, and exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Left foot comes between your hands. Staying up off that right heel, rise on up to high lunge. Embracing the energy of the moment and the intensity, holding fast to who we are, embracing our authenticity as we do so. Breathing deep, releasing with every exhale, finding hope with every inhale. One more breath in here. As you exhale, step that right foot up a little bit and straighten your left leg with a soft bend in that knee. And then exhale as you forward fold over that left leg now in pyramid pose, releasing through the back of that left knee, left leg. An intense release for the intense blue moon. Intense full moon, asking us to surrender. One more breath in here. And then as you exhale, shift your weight into that left foot now as you lift your spine parallel to the floor and release your arms behind you. And if you wish, you can launch off that right leg, lifting it parallel to your spine in a warrior 3 variation. Flying forward, propelling forward with the energy of Gemini. One more breath in here. As you exhale, bring your right foot down to meet the left. Then clasp opposite elbows as you hang your head down in ragdoll pose. Gently releasing through the back of those legs once again. Breathing deep so that we can release more with every exhale and let go. Take one more breath here wherever you are. And then as you exhale, bring yourself to a seat and then straighten your legs in front of you. Bring those shoulders back and down to nice tall spine and tent those fingertips on either side of your hips. Lifting that chest towards the ceiling. Flex through those feet so that your toes point towards the ceiling as well. And you can really feel the back of your legs very taut, the back of your spine very taut. Staff pose, Dandasana. A nice, intense pose to call in the intensity of the blue moon before we find additional release and surrender. One more breath in here as you hold staff pose. And then as you're ready to release, you're going to bring the left sole of your foot in towards your right inner thigh. Inhale, your arms up high. And then exhale, wherever you can. You may not be able to grab your right foot with your hands. Maybe you only can grab to the side of your right thigh, outer part of your right shin, your ankle, your foot, wherever you can. Grab, but keep your chest pulled forward and release into the back of that leg. Because this is not about, even though it is called head to knee pose, it's not about getting your head towards your knee. It's about finding release in the back of that leg. So when you feel the stretch in the back of that leg, wherever that is for you, whether it's up here, 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 or even further out, wherever that place is for you, where you can keep your chest pulled forward to really release through the back of that leg, that's where you want to be. Find your edge and either meet it or back off of it. There's no need to add to the intensity that already is this full moon. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, come on up. And we're going to switch legs. So you're going to bring your heel, your left heel down to the bottom of your mat as you bring the right sole of your foot into the inner left thigh. Inhale, your arms up high, and exhale wherever you can to pull your chest through and release through the back of that left leg now. Head to knee pose, but as I said, it is not about getting your head to your knee. It is about finding release in the back of your left leg. And again, you may be up much higher. You may have much tighter backs of your legs than I do. I do this a lot throughout the day, so I have a little bit more buoyancy in the back of my legs than the average person. I stretch through the back of my legs a lot because I carry a lot of tension there, so I try to release it often. And some days my tension is up high, so it's not even about being able to be here all the time, because I'm not. No judgments here. Wherever you are, embrace where you are. Expansion is coming. It's promised by Sagittarius. One more breath wherever you are. And as you exhale, rise on up and find a comfortable seat. I'm going to still say stay facing sideways for you for this next posture so I can show you a little bit better what I am looking to do. We're going to breathe in and we're going to open our chest, bringing those shoulders back and down, lifting our heart towards the sky. And if you're able, you can either clasp your hands behind your spine and pull your fists towards the mat and open your chest more that way. Or if you have the flexibility and it doesn't hurt you or cause risk to shoulders or other joints, you can bring your hands to prayer behind your spine and open your chest that way in reverse prayer. Find your version of chest opening here in a Sukhasana posture, lifting that heart to the sky, creating expansion in our hearts. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, just release your hands from wherever they are and find where is comfortable for you to release your hands. Maybe you want to just bring them to your knees. Maybe you want to bring them to prayer at your heart. Maybe you want to put them in your lap. Wherever feels right to you. You can find a soft gaze or even close your eyes here in this comfortable seat. But I'm going to guide you through a meditation here in Sukhasana for the Sagittarius full moon. In this meditation, we're going to connect with the energy of the full moon in Sagittarius, a moon that is bright with promise, adventure, and truth. Allow yourself to fill with warm, nourishing, sweet energy and relax deeper into yourself. Sagittarius is the sign of the archer, who is the seeker of wisdom and freedom. This sign holds the flame of optimism and the spirit of exploration. So this month we're going to be asked to expand and look beyond what is familiar, to open our hearts to new perspectives and greater understanding. This time encourages honesty, both with yourself and the world around you. This moon is all about freedom, so let go as much as you can during this practice. Allow yourself to feel as free as possible. As you inhale, draw in the energy of this moon. Picture wide open skies and endless horizons, expansive fields of flowers, bringing in energy to your body. Feel this awaken your inner fire, your connection to yourself. This will help you have clarity. As you exhale, release any doubt and hesitation that may be holding you back from stepping into your true potential. Imagine a gentle glowing light above your head. This is the radiant light of this moon. It has a soft and pinkish glow. It is warm and inviting, like the sweetest summer berries. Imagine this moonlight slowly flowing down through the crown of your head, spreading warmth. Allow this light to move through your body and settle into your chest at your heart center. Feel its gentle energy begin to gather there, a luminous glow carrying peace and strength. What would you like to release with this full moon? What no longer serves you? It may be a habit, a situation, a limiting belief. Connect to what has been weighing you down and what you are ready to get rid of. With your next exhale, imagine the heaviness, the tension, the thoughts or feelings you no longer need to carry, being drawn out from your heart. And see this energy as dark smoke or heavy clouds being gently lifted and pulled away by the moonlight. Visualize this flowing from your heart, through your chest, down your arms, and out through your fingertips, just like smoke dissipating into the vast night sky. Feel relief and lightness as this old energy leaves you. By doing this, you've created space for new possibilities. Let's do it once again to make sure you're releasing everything. Picture the heaviness from which you wish to release, leaving your body as dark smoke from your heart center, being pulled away by the moonlight. And now imagine that pinkish glow, that light above your head that we connected to earlier, gently sweeping across your back, untying knots of worry and stress, loosening any tightness there. Feel your muscles soften, your spine lengthen, and your whole body relax deeper. Imagine the light reaching your legs and feet. Feel it grounding you gently, just like roots. You feel stable, secure. Breathe in deeply, feeling fresh energy from the earth, filling your whole body and spirit with a feeling of peace, of strength, of expansion. Feel yourself becoming lighter, freer, and more open. You are ready to move forward with the optimism and adventurous spirit of Sagittarius. Now bring attention once again to your heart center. Feel a gentle warmth glowing there. This is coming from the full moon. This glow is your compass, steady and wise. Let it guide you gently towards what feels true and meaningful for you. As you continue to breathe calmly and deeply, you may notice some messages, sensations, or feelings that come up. These don't require analysis. Simply observe with openness and compassion, and trust that whatever is being shown to you is exactly what you need to receive right now. Take a few more slow, nourishing breaths, feeling your body supported and relaxed. As you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room around you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Turn your elbows and wrists. Maybe you wish to sway from side to side. As you're ready, you can gently bring awareness back to your eyes. Bring your gaze back to the room around you. Gently open your eyes if they were closed, or add a soft gaze. Steady your sight. Remember, you are exactly where you need to be. Enjoy the process and the glow from this beautiful Sagittarius moon. I can't wait to close out this lunar cycle with you with the last quarter moon at our next practice. But it is always my deep and humble honor to guide you through a yoga practice with Yoga by the Moon. Thank you for sharing this journey with this community, with me. From my heart to yours. Namaste.